Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today I will be bringing you guys along with me on 2 markets for 1 weekend. So if you've been watching my videos for the last little while, you know I sell crocheted plushies. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys the process of getting ready for the market also. So I have to put my logo tags on all my plushies and all my price tags. I say all my plushies, but this is just the ones I made this last week, but I made a lot. So obviously all the ones that are already packed already have all their tags and everything. So this is just like the market prepping for the stuff that I made this week. So I have 1 market on Saturday and 1 market on Sunday. So it's actually Friday afternoon right now. So I'm just gonna get all of that ready for this weekend. So I'm gonna do a little time lapse of me putting price tags and my logo tags on my plushies. I won't do a time lapse of the whole thing because it would just be the same thing over and over again, so it would be boring to watch. So I'll just do a little time lapse just so you guys kind of get the idea of what I'm doing, and I will show you guys everything else I'm doing for my market prep. So just for reference, this is everything I crocheted in 1 week. So it is Friday and I started crocheting all of this probably Sunday night after my last market. So it is obviously a lot of stuff. Alright, so it's almost 6 p.m. and I just finished putting all the tags on the plushies I made this week. So I managed to fit them all in these 2 bags. Yeah, so I made a lot of stuff this week. So now I'm gonna go crochet for the rest of the evening, and I'm gonna update you guys on everything I crocheted in the evening. And of course I'm gonna have to put tags on the stuff I make tonight, and then I will see you guys before I go to bed tonight and kind of show you guys everything I made and all that stuff. And then after that I will see you guys in the morning before the market. Alright, so it's almost 11 p.m. so I did finish this elephant and 4 octopus keychains tonight. I wish I would have been able to make more, but I've had this like huge pain in my hand close to my thumb, so probably because I crochet like a maniac every day, so I had to kind of take it slow and take a lot of breaks, so that's why I didn't get to crochet that much, but I still made all of this. So I'm gonna put this in the bags to bring tomorrow, and I'm gonna put a tag with my logo on the elephant and a price tag. So as you can see, I put the tag with my logo on the back of the elephant, and there's a fluff here, and I put the price tag. So I'm gonna get this guy ready in one of the bags to bring tomorrow. So yeah, my square is charged. I'm gonna pack all the yarn I want to bring tomorrow at the market because I always bring stuff to crochet over there in case it's slow, so I don't just sit there. And that way it's a lot easier for me to keep my inventory up because then I'm always crocheting. And I find it's a really good way to show people that all my stuff is handmade, because when I'm literally crocheting something there, they can see that it's actually handmade, that it's time consuming and it takes a skill. So they won't be like, oh my god, that's so expensive. But when they see me doing it, I guess it kind of justifies the price a little more. So yeah, everything is pretty much ready for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go shower and then head to bed. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow before the market. Good morning, guys. So it's Saturday morning. I really did not sleep well last night. I didn't feel good. So I got maybe like maximum 4 hours of sleep. So I'm exhausted, so I'm definitely gonna take a nap when we get home from today's market, but let's still try to have a good market today. Alright, so I'm back home from the market, so it's actually been a little while. I think it's past 11 p.m. right now. So like I said, I took a nap after the market when I got home because I got very little sleep last night. So I took a nap and that felt really great. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about today's market, but I won't do a whole breakdown because I still have a market tomorrow. So I still did very good at today's market. Usually I don't do very well at that specific market, but they did some advertising for that one and it actually went pretty good. So I did crochet a few things after I woke up from my nap, so I'm going to show you guys those. And I will stay up for longer and keep crocheting because now that I took a nap earlier, I won't be able to go to bed for a bit. So this is probably why my sleep schedule is messed up. But anyways, I will keep crocheting for tomorrow's market. So I finished one silly frog like this, and I made one big mushy and one mini mushy. So I actually sold the big one I had today. I didn't sell any little ones today, but might as well make little ones because they're so cute and fun to make. So I made these and two other things I will show you guys. So the other two things I made are these super silly squishies. So they have like the Orbeez or whatever in them. I think they're super funny. And I did sell 3 of them today, so I made 2 more just to fill that little basket that I put them in, and the eyes are just so funny. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to make more of tonight, so I'm just gonna look through my yarn and pick some stuff to make, and I will update you guys on what I made before I go to bed, and then I will see you guys tomorrow before the market. Alright, so it's almost 2 a.m, so I actually did not get that much done since the last time I talked to you guys. I ate a lot of snacks, so I wasn't crocheting the whole time, but I did make one regular size chicken, and I put my logo on the back. I'm just gonna put all the price tags for these guys in the car on the way to the market tomorrow. So yeah, and then I made a mini chicken like this, and I put the tag, and I wanted to make another one like this, but I didn't have enough yarn, so I had to make it a little bit smaller, so it's like bit smaller. It's super cute. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow before the market. Good morning, guys. So it's Sunday morning. We're on the way to the market. I didn't get to film anything before we left, but I will show you guys my setup when we get there. I'm back home from Sunday's market. So the weather today was not really on our side, but I still did pretty decent considering it was raining on and off like the whole day. So now I'm gonna tell you guys how much money I made like throughout the whole weekend and the profits and the costs of all that. And I'm gonna do a whole breakdown of every single item that I sold and tell you guys how much I sold that item for and all that stuff. So in total this weekend, so with Saturday and today's market, I made a total of $668 in sales, and I paid a total of $97 in booth fees for the 2 days. And the square fees for the weekend were $6.78, so that leaves me with a total profit of $564.22 for a whole weekend, which is pretty great. So like I said, I'm gonna do a whole breakdown of everything I sold. So I'm gonna tell you guys the amount of items I sold out of the amount that I brought for each specific item. I'm gonna tell you guys how much I sold each item for, and I will put a picture of that exact item up here to give you guys an idea of what it was. So starting with chicken nuggets, I started with 10 and I only sold 2 throughout the weekend, which is surprising because they usually sell a lot more than that, but that's okay. So I sold them for $8 each. I started with 5 mushies made from acrylic yarn and I sold one for $12. I started with 2 regular sized turtles and I sold one for $25. I started with 3 mini dinos and I sold one for $12. I started with 3 mini mushies and I sold 2 for $10 each. I started with 1 lovey and I sold it for $25. I started with 1 gecko and I sold it for $18. I started with 1 fluffy octo and I sold it for $12. I started with 14 keychains and I sold 6 of them for $8 each. So I'm gonna say $8 each, but I actually have a deal with them, so they're $8 each or 2 for $15. Some people bought individual ones and some people bought like 2 for $15, but just for the breakdown, I'm just gonna say that they're $8 each. It's a lot easier. I started with 4 octopus plushies and I sold 2 of them for $15 each. I started with 4 regular chickens and I sold 3 of them for $18 each. I started with 5 mini chickens and I sold 2 of them for $12 each. I started with 14 silly frogs and I sold 9 of them for $8 each. So I do have a deal with those, just like the keychains. They're $8 each or 2 for $15. Some people bought 2 frogs together. Some people bought just individual frogs, but again, I'm just gonna say $8 each. I started with 1 tiny chicken that I actually made last night, and I sold it for $10. I started with 13 dish scrubbies and I sold one for $1. I know they're very cheap, but I've had them for years and they just don't sell. So at this point, I'm just trying to get rid of them. So I have them at $1 and I only sold 1. I started with 1 chunky octo and I sold it for $10. I started with 4 mini octos and I sold one for $8. I started with 12 squishies and I sold 4 for $8 each. I started with 1 squishy cow and I sold it for $25. I started with 2 small axolotls and I sold one for $18. I started with 1 small cat and I sold it for $15. I started with 8 hot dogs and I sold 4 for $25 each. So I did make a lot this past week because they usually sell out, and usually I only have time to make like a few of them and they would sell out. So I decided to make 8 of them so that I knew I would have enough, and I did. I started with 3 big mushies and I sold 2 of them for $20 each. I started with 1 small turtle and I sold it for $18. And lastly, I started with 4 birds and I sold 2 of them for $12 each. So that's a total of 52 items that I sold in 2 days. So that's very good. So of course I'm very happy with how the markets went, and I am kind of surprised that I did decent today despite the weather. It was raining on and off, and when it was raining, like, it wasn't just a light drizzle, like it was pouring. And there was a few big gusts of wind, like someone's tent went flying. So yeah, I still did good today. Surprising with that weather, but I guess that's really good. So as some of you may know, I do design all my own patterns. When I know that there is a similar pattern out there, I just freehand them and I don't actually write the pattern. But for the things that are very unique, I write and sell my patterns, so check them out in my Etsy shop. And of course, some of you guys are gonna wonder if my hot dog pattern has been released. It has. It's on my Etsy and Coffee shop, so definitely check it out in the link in the description. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was fun to watch. I hope it was useful for those of you who might want to start doing markets. So definitely subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I do markets every single weekend and I always try to make videos for you guys. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!